For almost 150 years, the Saratoga name has been synonymous with the finest quality, sustainably sourced spring water available anywhere. Saratoga carries on the rich tradition of its forefathers by crafting each stunning blue glass bottle with the same attention to detail and care that has been its hallmark for generations. Visit SaratogaSpringwater.com today or ask for us by name at your local market or restaurant. Saratoga Spring Water. Make every day exquisite.
Good morning. Welcome to Talking Horses. He's the Big A, Anthony Stabile. I'm Andy Serling.
This is like a little role reversal today.
What?
You came up here all cheery and happy.
I was watching Ascot.
And I'm looking to wreck everything in sight.
I was watching Ascot, as I'm sure some of you were, in Campanelle, and there was that inquiry was almost as long as the 2019 Derby. It was about the most obvious takedown I've ever seen in my life. Campanelle, you have to go back and watch that race, and some of you probably
She's
saw
a nice
it.
filly. I'm a fan of hers, too.
You know, Frankie Torrey gave her a great ride. It was heavy ground. It's raining hard out there, and she looked like she was done at different points in the race, and Frankie always had horse, but she was carried out. Literally, in their courses as wide as both turf courses here, maybe wider, she was carried completely across the course and forced a couple of times. It was obvious they put her up, and I was glad they did. Congrats to Wesley Ward. She was obviously the best in that race, a terrific filly.
His 12th win at the Royal Ascot meet.
It's
since 2013. He started going over there in 08 or 09. I think 09 was the first. I was reading this the other day. I think 09 was the first starter. He started winning races in 2013. He has now won 12 races in the last 9 Royal Ascot. That's just
it's remarkable. Well, it seems like
Aidan O'Brien's won 75, but think about how many more runners and he's run than Wesley Ward,
right,
and how much longer.
You know, and you watch the Ascot coverage, and you'll not infrequently hear their first winner ever at Ascot for somebody, and so it's so hard, but it is amazing his achievement of winning those races. You know, I know I've said this before. My friend Tony Kobitz, who I'm sure some of you may know.
Sure, wow. It's a blast from the past.
Tony's one of the sharpest people I ever knew at the racetrack. He said, I remember when Wesley first went over there, and of course, being me, I scoffed and said, oh, what a joke. He's going to get his butt kicked over there. And Tony said, you're wrong. Wesley's going to do well over there. He's bringing over those 2-year-olds. He's trained them for speed. Those horses don't have that kind of speed. And you watch, Wesley will do really well over there. And Tony really, as usual, hit the nail on the head.
I think the assumption is when you go over there, you're playing their game. But you can go over there and play their game by playing your game, and you have an edge, especially when you train them for speed.
I think more than I think people have, you know, they got a little hipper to that.
Sure.
You know, at some point. So he really, I mean, he's a true trailblazer. I mean, he changed his entire profile, Wesley Ward.
And that's like what we talk about, right? You have to adapt in this game. And if you have a goal to go over there, you got to play their game a little bit. But yes, you want to stay true to yourself and get those horses to have that speed, and that's how you can beat them. And I mean, a dozen, like you said. Every year, there's a handful of guys and gals who win their first race at Royal Ascot. This guy ships over, and he's won 12 races in 9 meetings, which is pretty remarkable.
It's beyond remarkable, right, to win over one a race. It's incredible. Anyhow, you need to head over to Naira Bets, where you can bet on Royal Ascot, by the way.
No rider changes over there, I don't believe. Everybody rides.
That must be hard.
Had to take a little shot at him.
That must be
we
hard.
We love you,
Wesley.
That must be hard for Wesley,
right? What does he do? Naming, anyhow, there you go. Match bet up to $200, or we'll match up to $200 of your initial deposit. Play through Naira Bets. Keep the money in the game. Support racing in New York. Play through Naira Bets. You've got a few hours left. Yep. 5 hours and 25 minutes.
Being very exact here.
Sign up.
23 and a half minutes.
Thank you, Anthony.
Really
I appreciate your incredible exactness. It's something that I marvel at every day. Anyhow, it's a great contest, and we kid around, but it is a great contest. Sorry that we can't play. $300 buy-in.
You should be sorry we can't play too.
You make a great point. Don't worry, our money's in the pool.
Yes.
So you have a shot at it anyhow, even when you play. Also, America's Day at the Races, 12:30 to 5.
What time are you on?
On FS2, I am on late. I am on the 3:30 to 5:30. We're not on FS2. I think you'll have to catch the last race in the NYRA YouTube channel. People ask where to go. If for some reason we're not on FS2, the NYRA YouTube channel is showing it. Richie and Maggie are away, so Lafitte Pinkai will be joining us today through Sunday and next week as well. Greg Wolf and I will be out next week, so Lafitte will be here. All right, let's go to work. So race number 1, the current 1 to 5 favorite, Lacoya Road. We'll take a look at Lacoya Road, breaking his maiden on the dirt 2 races back. I am picking against this horse as well. Why are you picking against this horse?
No, I picked Lacoya Road.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You chalk-eating weasel, you.
Thank you very much. I am embarrassed to start the day this way.
Well, I don't think this horse will be 1 to 5.
No, but this horse is going to be short.
Well, you knew the horse would be short.
Yeah, this horse is
What price do you think this horse will be, though? 4 to 5 to even money?
Even money.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think this horse will be super
No, I
short.
mean, 1 to 5, it's crazy. I mean,
Without Irad Ortiz, how could the horse possibly be super short?
Right, exactly. Exactly. I was a little surprised
How
not
about
to
the
see
money on that Rob Atras horse that lost to advance notice? 8 to 5 favorite.
8 to 5, Trash Talker. 8 to 5. Scary. And these are
Well,
horses. We sit up here.
Irad had been away and they'd missed him.
We sit
Didn't
up
take
here.
him long to get back to the winner's circle,
We sit up
by
here
the
picking
way.
these horses 2 or 3 hours. You know, Andy's picks are up 3 days in advance. We
I
have no
picked
idea.
before they've
We have
actually
no
drawn the
idea how
races.
these how
I
these
actually
horses are
have
gonna
the
be
entire
bet.
Travers card handicapped. I'm just not allowed to tell you. It also contains results throughout
He
the
likes
meet.
Wayburn. He has great sports almanac.
Hey, by the way, let's give Wayburn a little love. He could have
Kidding?
beaten Mandaloon,
Wayburn ran great. Looking
the
forward to
possible
seeing-
preemptive Derby winner.
I'm looking forward to seeing Wayburn the second
a little
half
love
of the
for
year.
Jimmy and
No
Wayburn,
question
for
about
sure.
it.
Yeah,
No question about it.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't trust this horse, Anthony.
you don't have. Listen,
you
can't trust any of them. This horse has 2 dirt races, and I know they're both off the turf, and they both came
The horse will
with some
devour
moisture on the
this
track.
field.
The horse will bury these horses if he runs those dirt races.
That I agree with. I often disagree with
maybe
you.
it was a lazy pick. I couldn't find anybody else to really attach myself to, so I just picked him.
I don't have a problem with you picking the horse. I don't think it's a lazy pick. My concern with this horse is twofold. The horse gets laid off and comes back and stinks on the turf. For Rob Atras, whose horses are running sensationally, okay? Stinks in the turf.
Can I ask you a question, though?
No, let me
Has this horse ever run a good turf race?
Better than that, Anth. That was Anthony.
Yeah, but he's run turf races like that.
No, this was
right.
this was bad. This was bad, and now he drops in for 14 and says, "Please, somebody take him off my hands." He
don't
may well
disagree
win
with
this
that.
race, but at a super short price, I want to take a shot against him. Now we'll take a look at. Wild Union's taking some money. I can't take the one for 16 with 6 seconds, but obviously Wild Union can win.
Sure.
For Peter Miller, but you know I'm starting to feel like you often say with Peter Miller, just relax on the replay for a second because it's not that horse.
I want to see it.
I want to see the guy win a race.
I want to see
How about
it.
the horse in the second race, the turf race? I mean, that horse loomed up on the turn, getting a good
Look,
trip. Like
chicken
he was
dinner.
It was last.
Awful.
Last.
Awful. That's what I mean.
So-
I want to see. You know, do you see these percentages out of town and these trainers, and they're good trainers, they win races? Woody Stevens said it best. Those buildings get a lot bigger on this side of the Hudson.
It's also one thing if you
It's
like
a
this
tough
horse,
place to
and the
win.
horse isn't going to be 7 to 1. I don't
No.
know that he's going to be the same price as the 5 like David did, but I don't think you're getting better than 5 to 2 or 3
Well,
to
it's
1.
going to be
in this
3
race.
to right. He's going to be 3 to 1. He's piling up these seconds. The barn hasn't won a race yet. Is the barn going to win on the circuit? Yeah, the barn's going to win on the circuit. But do you want to really take this horse as the second choice to be the first one to win on the circuit?
We should move along. I'm taking a shot with Z Finale.
Okay.
Z Finale may just sort of stink, picking up trainers that haven't won a race.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that, I don't think Z Finale is going to be that short in here. I don't mind taking trainers that are cold when they're big prices, because at a price you really, to concern yourself with a trainer not winning when you're like a horse of price. I like this horse's dirt race. I've always felt this horse had some dirt ability. I think he's a little better than his figures suggest. He's going to have to be. There's no question about it. But I thought his dirt race 2 back wasn't that bad, and he's back to the right surface. So I'm going to give him a shot in here at a price. Tappett's Flashback, a horse you and I don't have in the top 4. I do think that we should show the horse's last race because this horse is on the inside, and we like the second and third finishers in here, but nobody else gained any ground. And while this was an annoying beat and they were setting a quick pace, I mean, this horse spotted the field 5-6 lengths, so yeah, it got a 59 buyer. But if this horse had broken, might have gotten a 70 buyer. And I think it's important to note that. I don't trust this horse to come back and win, but I think to ignore this horse's performance last time would be a mistake. It was
I don't
a wet
disagree
track,
with that.
but this horse really ran.
He made up close to 20 lines. I mean, he made up a lot of ground.
I mean,
he made up a lot
this
of
was
ground.
one of those breaks. You know, sometimes the horse breaks a length and a half slow, and then it's a little sluggish, and somebody says the horse break 5 slow, and you say, well, no, he broke about a length and a half behind the field.
He broke 5 lengths
This
slow.
horse literally broke 5 or more lengths behind the field. It's just worth a little bit of food for thought. Race number 2, we were on the turf, and not only are we on the turf, but we've actually got 7 horses going, so it almost feels like the Derby. We'll look at Kodama, who finished second to Painters and Poets and was a bit green. You know something? Let me ask you a question. Are you surprised that Christophe Clement is bringing this horse back so quickly? I mean, Saratoga's coming. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, and I think this horse may well win this race. I don't trust this horse.
No, I put the horse second. I don't trust the horse either. Because this horse, you know, I said it yesterday about Coinage being a little green on debut. There was a difference between how Coinage ran, and this horse was lugging in and, you know, flopping over.
They're usually a lot better second time.
Yeah, they usually are a lot better second time, no question about it. But
I don't want this horse on top of this.
I don't know how good this horse is going to be. Period. You know, I didn't love his first race. He ran.
It was okay.
He ran well enough.
It feels like there are enough possibilities in this race that might be good. Christophe Clement has another horse in here, the Club. I've got a stat for Christophe. And by the way, in New York, it's 8 for 31. At Naira, it's 8 for 31. The ROI is a little bit higher. I don't want to do the math for you, Anthony. I know you could do it yourself.
Thanks.
I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with your hair today, but that's a discussion for another time. Christophe does well in these things, and I just thought I'd point out he has another horse in here. And I know everybody will see Joel was on the one that ran. Jose Lozcano's not exactly a stiff. I just thought this horse was interesting. You've taken Wesley Ward on top.
I have. By the way, the mare of the Club, 3 for 15 overall, 2 for 7 on the turf, graded stakes placed for what it's worth. And it's going to be, first fall, going to be twice the price, 3 times the price as Kodama.
Yeah.
I went to the Wesley Ward. Dan was 1 for 5. She's an American. This is an American Pharaoh. Listen, I'm just kind of riding the train in here. I didn't want to take Kodama on top. I didn't think, for me anyway, there was enough pedigree anywhere else. This guy, everything he's brought up here, even the older horses have all run pretty well. The 2-year-olds in particular.
Do you think that Manny Franco being on this horse, not a knock on Manny, you know, I love
it's
Manny.
The only
not a rider he uses a lot.
It's the only curious thing.
Maybe Joel was committed and different guy, Irad was committed, and Chad. They could have all been committed, and it's not, you're hurt by having Manny. You know what's funny about who this horse is a half to? Do you know who this horse is a half to?
No.
Oh, there's a link between the 4 Madame Moose Poos or whatever, and Mantle on the outside. These horses are both, do you know Mantle's a half to?
Yeah, take over Target.
Yeah, these horses are both half to Klarovich horses.
Oh, Klarovich.
Your horse is a half to Compliant, who you loved the other day.
Yes. I did
how
see
disrespectful
that.
of you.
I forgot to write.
How disgraceful.
I think Compliant wants to go a mile and a quarter, so it doesn't really speak to my case here.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And I think that is important.
But you could be right. I mean,
Compliance,
and that could be
Compliance a Kitten's Joy, so you get a lot more stamina on that side. You've got Divine Wine, the 5, the Chad Brown horse. This horse worked a nice 10 and a 5th. The Dam won 3 of 14 in the turf. Only one runner that stunk, but this could be an interesting player with turf pedigree for Chad. You don't see him run too many 2-year-olds, but maybe he's trying to get started, get
I think if you're playing the early pick 4, early pick 5, the horse that you have to have on your tickets of the first is Divine Wine for everything you just said. He doesn't run a lot of horses this early. And the fact that he's running this one
He ran one last week that they loved that didn't run very well.
On the dirt.
Yeah.
The fact that he's running this horse on turf, he waited for the 6.
Run a couple horses in the turf, and they haven't won.
Yeah. Okay.
He ran Teachable Moment in the turf, and that horse was 3rd. Mantle is a half to take over Target. 3 turf winners from 6 to try it. Take over Target was a Harlan's Holidays and Into Mischief. A lot of money as a weanling for Mantle on the outside. I picked a sugar shot with Champagne Cami. And it may be a totally misguided shot. And you know, do you want to know? I found something. Vladimir Sarin over the last 5 years has 0 starters, first time starting 2-year-olds, in turf sprints from 5 to 6.5 furlongs. That's pretty amazing. Now, I don't think he was training this horse because this horse, Acacia thought maybe this training center this horse was at was Oak Ridge or something down in Ocala, because she was looking and that's what she thought it was, and she knows that stuff better than I do. This horse's workout was very good. 20 3/5 for Champagne Cathy, a very, very solid work, Cami. And there's not a ton of pedigree, but there's enough to say this horse might be able to handle the turf. I'm taking a stab here with a horse that worked very well at the 2-year-old sales. It's going to be a price.
Dan won 4 of her 10 starts, just 1 try on the turf, so at least it was
67 buyer when she ran the turf.
At least she won. I know.
It's an interesting race. A lot going on in this race.
So you can't really knock any pick in here because there's not enough pedigree to really just say. Well,
I would leave the one out, but Mike Beer picked her, so who knows?
I heard the one's training very, very well.
There you have it. Race number 3. Race number 3, Anthony.
Yes, sir.
Positive skew.
I took the Jane Sabelli horse. I guess I scratched.
Okay, so it was a good scratch and a bad scratch for you. You scratched out of a favorite that wasn't going to win into a price horse that isn't going to win. But at least there was the price.
I did not like this race.
What do you like about this horse, Anthony?
I did not like this race.
You got to do better than that.
I don't know. I thought the 2 races since coming back from Gulfstream, she ran okay at Gulfstream. I think the 2 races since then.
She did?
I thought she ran all right at Gulfstream. I mean, Andy, they all look the same.
Which distance race gives her a chance here?
Unless you think the Vladimir Serin horse is going to get better, and the truth of the matter is, her 2 races in New York are worse than anything she ran in California.
Okay, I think your horse is the most ridiculous horse in the race.
That's
but
fine.
Listen,
to me, the rest of them look the same. She's going to be the best price
last week. So
she's going to be the best price of the rest of them. I thought about putting Stephanie on fleek.
Why wouldn't you put her on top? You liked her last time going short, and she didn't even run that badly, and she's probably better going longer.
I don't know about her coming back in a week.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Why, she did so much running last week, she's exhausted?
No, I'm just saying. I took a little shot with positive
I thought
skew.
You'd pick her.
Listen, for a second, it was a coin flip between these 2.
Well, the good news is positive skew is only 6-1 with the favorite scratching. Positive skew should be 26-1 if you bet this horse. If this horse wins at base $11, I'm not even giving you credit. I'm a sick guy.
I'm going to tell you a problem. I'm going to tell you the problem with Alba Star.
Okay, what's the problem with Alba Star?
And again, this is the whole coming here and trying to win.
Mike Stidham
does win here. But right now, his East Coast runners have been awful.
Okay.
Terrible here. I think he's 1 for 18 down at Delaware, getting 3 to 5 shots beat on a regular basis. I'm just.
And you think this horse would get a pretty good trip here?
This horse is supposed. I mean, the horse has speed, so yeah, of course the horse is going to get a good trip.
I like this horse.
Okay.
I like Alba Star.
I'm just telling you, be careful. He's not winning anywhere right now.
You know what? I'll save $5 for socks. The horse is going to be 2-1 now with a scratch.
Yeah.
Who cares? It's nothing great.
But that's
I guess
my point.
Saburai is the other one to take money.
Horses from barns that aren't winning.
I don't want Saburai. I don't like this race at all.
I know.
I don't like this race.
I probably should have put Stephanie on fleek second, and then I.
How about Seeking Revenge for John Stevens? I like that guy. Guy can train.
I knew this horse. If this horse wasn't in the top 4 today,
I would have lost every $30. How about I picked 30, got 30-1. I scratched into it for 4th, actually. I was picked the race 2, 3, 8, 6. Got lucky. Yeah. All right. That's race number 3.
Spread race for me for sure.
Moving on to race number 4.
The foe.
A little guessing in race number 4.
Yes.
Who did you guess with,
well, you know who I'm going to guess with.
You went to Joel Rosario and stuff? Come on.
Yes. Well, if you could.
Do you have a poster of them like a...
I wish.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It would
be Tonalist. Tonalist is my screensaver from the
No,
Belmont.
I think you should get like a picture of the 2 of them together.
Can I take it with them?
Yeah, you should work that out.
I'll do that. I'll get that
maybe what you do is maybe a velvet picture of Christoph and Joel together. With the black light, I know. Let me ask you a question. At what point in your life did you get rid of your last black light?
Oh, my God. I never had one.
Come on.
Never had a black light, never had a lava light.
I don't buy that for a second.
It was not me. Those were not me.
I had a black light. I don't remember exactly when. It's an ugly time.
Frank Licurdo had all of them. He had the light up Route 66 painting. Oh, yeah. He had everything. His whole room was tricked out. No question about it.
Anything you want to tell me about this horse?
Little guess.
This horse is quite a pedigree.
Yeah, Dan was 5 for 15. Listen, I got a lot of love for Canteros. I'm a Canteros fan. Canteros started out his career in Florida. Moved to Kentucky a couple of years ago. They do everything.
When Canteros was running in the Breeders' Cup Mile, before they drew the post and doing the pre-stuff, was on HRTV. I used to go on almost every day and give some big. And I was talking with Millie Ball, I think, about Breeders' Cup horse, and I said the horse I'm most interested in is the Canteros because he's coming off monster trips over there, and then he drew post 14. So I think I only bet a few dollars on the horse. He paid what did he pay? $60.
Yeah.
Beer picked him on top. I had him like 3rd or something, but the post just scared me. Now he was a good horse. He's a good sire. This horse has no pedigree at all. That doesn't mean the horse can't win.
How many
How
firsts
did you not pick Kelly
Breen?
Breen? You must have got a negative story on Kelly Breen.
Nothing.
Anthony.
I heard nothing.
Anthony.
Wow, you went to. I thought about putting Donkire. You went to my man.
Do you get the illusion with November Rain?
Nothing lasts forever, Andy.
There you go. Okay.
Nothing lasts forever.
I saw the last real Guns N' Roses tour. Soundgarden warmed up.
Phil refuses to go to Guns N' Roses. Phil's turned down 3 free tickets in the last
1991
2 tours.
at the Garden.
Wow, that's the appetite of the show.
Yeah, I think it was the last tour. We went the first night. They played a bunch of nights, and it's my old girlfriend Hillary, and we scalped outside of the Garden, and we got 8th row center seats for. And that's when tickets were cheap, right? They're like $15 face value. There were a couple kids who had extras that were coming out of a limo or something, sold them to us. 8th row center. Wow. Soundgarden warmed up.
Wow.
Yeah, they didn't come on stage till like 10 of 11. It was a Monday night. I was working downtown back then.
Well, that guy has a bigger ego than the both of us combined.
It was great, though. It was great. I was thinking of putting the source on top as I have to. You know the source I have to. Speaking of rock and roll.
Yeah. Grumba.
You got Walrus Gumboot, baby.
And that was
come together illusion.
And that was my question. My question to you was this:
Juju Eyeballs, also more.
Juju Eyeballs, 4 for 7 on the turf. I don't think she ever missed a board on the turf. Are you surprised this filly isn't in the race earlier today?
Maybe they really want to give the horse a chance in the dirt.
Maybe, yeah. 5.5 to 6.
Because you know, Anthony, nothing lasts forever.
Nothing lasts forever. No,
I took Dave Donk and the Practical Joker, a first foal. Very nice second dam on this horse.
Okay.
Joe Bucci bought this horse, $80,000. A Practical Joke. She's a wild joker. Seen a couple winners from that sire.
The dam was 2 for 30. Both wins came on wet tracks.
81 buyers.
Yeah, that was my biggest issue. And now,
who trained that? I want to say Billy Badgett, but is that right, Tarquini? I don't think I'm right, but
I don't think you're right either.
I'm thinking of Tarquin Joe.
You're thinking of Tarquin Joe.
That's what I'm thinking of.
That was my man Billy.
Shall we move on?
Yes.
All right. 287 for me.
That starts to pick 6, by the way.
Sarah Kisses. Oh, we got to have Rudy.
I got to have Rudy.
I might be mad if you don't.
Crazy.
Race number 5. Let's have our monthly conversation about our friend Warfront Fighter, who my friend Nick Tamero had the audacity to say to me on the phone that he thought he was the worst. He made some comment the other night, we were talking about this card, that he thought his horse might be the horse to beat. And literally, I almost hung up on him. It was a truly embarrassing moment.
Hold on a second. You honestly think on paper he's not the horse to beat?
He's never the horse to beat.
On paper, he is.
Well, now you're sucking up to your man Wayne. By the way, Wayne Potts off the claim with maiden claimers, 0 for 7 with 1 hitting the board.
Interesting.
He's been gelded. So apparently all along he needed to be gelded, and that's why he's turned into possibly the biggest hanging mate. I mean, this horse lost races in the winter that if we went back in the time machine, and many of you know this, you'd be embarrassed for him. Seriously.
The worst one of all could have been last time. He cruised up last time like he was going to win by 5.
Now, Anthony.
And then you realize it was Warfront Fighter, and you were like,
there have been a plethora of
finish is 2.5, and he ran third. Yeah, I mean, maybe the gelding helps him.
Really, Kickerland, another chance for Kickerland.
One more chance for Kickerland.
Why?
He chased that fast pace.
You mean the one set by Forgotten Mission, who finished 3 lengths in front of him?
Yes.
Why would you like this horse again?
Well, he was first off the claim last time.
So
I'll tell you one thing.
What is he first off the claim?
He kind of had to do the dirty work last time. I'm hoping somebody else goes and does it today, and I'm hoping Arad just doesn't go do it.
So you picked Irad Ortiz on a horse that's going to be overbet, that stunk the joint up running against a horse that's in here again last time.
I did not have a strong...
greatest respect for you.
I didn't have a strong enough opinion.
Okay, I do.
Okay.
Luckily, I'm here, and I saw that I was very, very happy to see that my friend David Aragona also likes We Ready in here for Joe Parker. Let me ask you a question. If this horse, if trainers didn't matter, and I know, and we love Joe.
5 to 2.
This horse would be favored in this race.
Yep, or close to it.
By the way, the 2 best races this horse ever ran were in Joe Parker's hands. So it's not as though Joe hasn't done a good job with this horse. This horse was dueling in the Mahamel race last time. Mahamel looks like he's an Alan Jerkins contender with his. Is he a 3-year-old, or is he older?
Mahamel? Yeah, he's. I believe he's 3.
I mean, you know what kind of drop down this is for this horse?
It's huge. It's huge.
I don't know. I just thought this horse was super logical. Now, I don't think he's going to be that big a price. I think he's going to be around 4 to 1, 9 to 2 in here.
Yeah, it'll be 5 to 1.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be a big price. Why shouldn't I want him?
I mean, Warfront Fighter hasn't been higher than 4 to 1 in 6 months. So
I don't know how you can like the 4 2 spots over the 7. 7 ran so much better than the 4 last time, didn't? 7's fast.
7's fast.
Not letting water. Here's What about America's Justice? Let me ask you a
What's
question.
the deal?
How
Right?
long did you spend saying you want to pick this horse on top?
A long time.
This must have been some of the
this was
greatest
hard.
restraint
This
you've
was
ever
hard.
shown.
I just couldn't do it.
You know, if you had the blacklight picture of Christophe and Joelle in the
I
room,
would have had to.
you'd have been all over this.
Yes.
This is.
Is there a chance this horse can just?
They should change this horse's name to Pick Me Anthony.
See, there's a chance that we say this jokingly. There is the chance he's the one that actually couldn't beat us in the horseshoe.
The problem with this horse is, right, that he is an all-turf pedigree. That's the problem with this horse. But
And he won 2 steps.
You got to throw this horse in.
Yeah.
The problem is this is the kind of horse that wins a horrible maiden claiming race at Aqueduct in December. This is actually not a terrible race, but you have to throw the horse.
You have to throw the horse in.
Should we take a break?
That starts the late pick.
We will
5.
take a break. That starts the late pick 5. Fourth race starts the pick 6.
I'm gonna
No
have a sip-
CAW play in the late pick 5 as well as the pick 6.
I'm gonna have a sip of the lovely Saratoga water here.
You know, Saratoga Water is our wonderful sponsor of Talking Horses, and we are going to hear from them right now.
Make business meetings exquisite. Make a weekend outing exquisite. Make a late night snack exquisite. Make a night on the town exquisite. For nearly 150 years, the Saratoga Spring Water Company has been producing the finest spring water available anywhere. Saratoga Spring Water. Make every day exquisite.
Welcome back to Talking Horses. He is the Big A Anthony
You're
Stabile.
right, by the way.
am
This
not.
hair has to get cut. This thing looks awful.
I
Who lets me out of the house? How you let me out of the house
was
like this?
afraid there was some animal jumped up from
Look at
around
this
here.
thing.
And we,
Mod on. I'll take care of it this weekend.
actually, I have to thank Glenn. I talked to Glenn about the bugs. The bugs are bad, but they're fine.
Those been
up
good
here.
today. We
Yeah.
had 1B.
Well, they were bad last week. No, you're not around the afternoon last week before those little gnats.
The gnats?
You know, I did something here that I hate to do. I picked a horse I bet last week at 15-1 that ran a gigantic race, and we'll take a look at him right here. That's bar 14, and lost, and now he's going to be 3-1 in here. I hate doing this.
Last week, by the way, it was almost a month ago, but I'm like you. I thought this felt like last week. I don't
I meant
disagree.
last time.
Yeah.
Anthony, if this horse runs this race,
Ca-
this field's in trouble.
Cannot lose if this horse
well,
runs this race.
I mean, I suppose.
Unless
it's
somebody
impossible.
jumps up and runs
well,
something
there are
they've
a lot
never.
of fuzzies or
Yeah.
sprinters stretching. Anything's possible. I mean, this horse went fast early, and Tom Morley's horse was a winner every step of the way.
Every step of the way.
But this horse never really gave an inch. He kind of won the race, except Morley's horse ran so well in there.
Morley's in the.
And I hate the idea of the stake on tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I hate the idea that this horse can be a fraction of the price, but I'm not big against this horse. The other thing is, I don't want a bunch of horses that have been running in sprints that just sort of ran okay in sprints, and I don't have any real confidence these horses are supposed to improve. Who in here am I supposed to jump on?
Fair enough. I had a horse that I liked last time that I went back to.
Well, there was obviously a tip on this horse last time.
There was a tip on this horse, took a ton of money. And this horse, Luis Saez, hustled this horse as best as he could.
Well, the horse broke slow.
Horse broke slow and then hustled. This horse does not want to sprint. The horse after Twisted Tom, so it's not surprising that this
But
horse
Twisted
didn't want
Tom's
to
a
sprint.
dirt horse.
I understand that, but Twisted Tom won on turf.
Yeah, but he's a dirt horse.
He is. This horse a
His
fraud.
trainer is a turf trainer.
Yeah, exactly. This
He
horse
actually won a
was-
dirt race recently,
I know.
Chad Brown. He has a chance if he gets the right horses to win a dirt race one of these
Yes.
days.
Just
Big
by the
dirt
way,
race.
very quickly, Chad Brown's numbers to a T, exactly the same on turf. They're
He's a turf
25%.
trainer. Stop defending the guy.
Scary.
He's a turf trainer. Guy can't train a dirt horse.
Yeah, I wanted to bet
Listen,
this
the
horse
horse going to be $1,000,000
Yeah.
It did take money first time.
Yep.
I watched the horse carefully. The horse was not 4 wide in the turn. The horse was 2 to 3 wide in the turn. But
Yeah, the
having
horse
said-
was in mid-pack.
I tell you what my problem with that race. Listen, this horse is a fuzzy. I'm not going to knock it. It's going to be $1,000,000.
Yeah.
I have out. If I lose,
I
I
picked
hope
him
you
last
win.
time. He took money. I'm going to take a
Have at
shot
it.
with him at
That's fine.
4
This horse
times the
was
price.
this horse was definitely bet last
Yeah.
time. No doubt about it.
And he was
for
bet
that.
everywhere. He was
Those
betting a double and a
connections.
pick.
No, this horse
He was
bet.
betting everything last time.
I don't like that race this horse comes out of.
It might- listen.
I don't like the horse that ran 1-2 in that race.
I didn't want to
They were
like you.
bad. They weren't that good.
So you can pick.
But maybe
you
your hope is that the race doesn't matter. That this will be a
He
different
just needed
horse.
the race, correct?
Okay.
And you can pick bar 14 because you liked them last time at 15-1. I can't really come in and take
Well,
them now at 5-2.
By the way, Far 14 was ridden last time by Kendrick Carmouche. I texted with Kendrick. He said things are coming along well. He's
That's great.
looking forward to seeing us in Saratoga. So we always wish Kendrick and all
Luis
the riders
Saez
the best.
leaves Anejo to ride Bar 14 today.
Ruse. What is wrong with Ruse? I thought Ruse was the other horse you want. I mean, this horse lost. We'll take a look. Go to the videotape. To Straw to Gold. Now, just because Straw to Gold's improved doesn't mean this horse is going to improve. But why can't this horse be the main threat? You know, this horse wants to go longer, natural improvement.
He can. Short numbers for Timmy Hills off the
He's not great.
Not great. So
I looked up 4 to 8 months turf routes. He's 1 for 8. He doesn't have a positive ROI. But I mean, you also have to realize something about Tim Hills. If you look at those not stats, it is 1 30-to-1 shot
They're all
after
billion
another.
to 1. Yep.
So this is an outlier because this horse makes sense in here. I mean, to me, this is the other horse. I'm surprised you don't have this horse in the top 4. To me, this is the other horse you want to use besides Bar 14.
Okay.
I'm 10s and 12s here, but I'll root for your 1.
Okay.
Race number 7. You and I agreed here. You stole my pick. Just admit it. Just say it here. I stole your pick. I didn't know what to do here. I looked at your picks, Andy, and I stole your pick. Just say it. Admit it. You'll feel better.
Yes. Where did you have Trinity? I see. I had Trinity Luck on top last time. Where did you have her last time?
On bottom.
Oh, okay.
I had no. You know, I
left Bar 14 alone.
You know,
when
I,
you came in.
You know,
you
I had
came
the top,
and
you know,
swacked Trinity Luck from me.
You know, I had on top.
Who?
The
Loris
winner.
Bellamy.
The winner.
Oh, you picked the winner?
Yeah. So let's take a look at the entire race that they're coming out of, and Anthony's going to tell us why he likes Trinity Luck as we watch the replay of Loris Bellamy, Beautiful Karen, and Trinity Luck.
So I assumed that Trinity Luck would be a little bit closer, especially they didn't go that fast up front. She didn't break great.
She didn't break.
And then after that, I like the fact that Manny didn't go into complete rush mode. You know, a filly like her doesn't break, the day's probably over.
Don't you think she's out of position the entire race?
She's out of position the entire way.
Manny's always trying to find a spot to be in, and it's not his fault. He can't get in it because she broke slow.
You're damned if you don't in that spot.
I don't think there's anything Manny could do. I think he tried to get her in the race, and she's in a bad spot. She's between horses. She's a bit wide. And let me say something else about this race, and this is why not a Beautiful Karen can't win. This was an inside-y race. This was a very slow pace. Trinity Luck, who has more speed than that, got completely left. And I feel like Trinity Luck is the kind of horse you're supposed to give another chance to.
It went from being a race where, you know, you're always trying to win, but when she doesn't break, you give her a little education. It's the first start in 10 months. Now you come back, you put a pair of blinkers on her to try to avoid that bad start again, and you hope for the best from here. She draws the inside.
I want to give this horse another chance.
Yeah.
She was first time Rudy last time. I think her effort wasn't as bad as it looks. It was a funny race. And the other thing is, obviously, Loris Bellamy can win this race. If she runs this last race, she's a very likely winner.
Very likely winner.
Where exactly did that effort come from? Because her first win, probably my best guess of the entire summer winter meet with a first-time starter.
But that was a lot of racetrack.
But that was really not very good race,
No.
I mean, to be honest. Then she stunk the joint up. Better horses, okay, but she stunk. Now, maybe she's just a Todd Pletcher horse that's finding herself, and that may be the case, in which case she's the main speed, but she's going to have to run a little bit. I don't think it's going to be a slow pace. I think she's going to have to run more early in this race she did last time, and I'm not sure I agree with David. I don't think she's going to be 9 to 5. Now, was the horse to scratch like the second choice?
The Karen McGee horse, I don't have a program.
What's that Simon and Garfunkel song, Richard Corey? I think it's on Bridge Over Troubled Water. My dad loved that song. Do you know that my dad owned 2 copies of one of maybe the greatest album of all time, Blood on the Tracks? 2 copies. I don't know how, but we always had 2 copies of Blood on the Tracks. Bob Dylan, Idiot Wind. You really need a musical education.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
Yeah, you do.
I'm not a Dylan fan.
Blood on the Tracks is absolutely one of the greatest
Very
albums
depressing.
ever made.
Maybe I would listen to Dylan today after that car buying. I just want to take like 3 showers today. And those people were very nice. Just the whole experience.
So we're going to try. What about Jamaica Joy, your horse from last time?
Yeah.
I just think that last time was the time.
Yeah, how much did the wet track help, right? And wet track probably
I
helped
guess
her
could
last
improve,
time. She ran okay.
Speed was carrying.
Yeah, she ran okay.
Okay. Race number 8.
1s and 8s for me mostly.
Race number 8. I thought race number 8 is very, very interesting in honor of Anthony because the most certain I was about anything, I told Nick this the other night, that there was no chance you wouldn't pick Veterans Beach. We will show the replay of this horse running second last time. We will show
2 out of 3 ain't
stat.
bad.
I don't like this horse, Anthony. This horse can win. I don't like this horse. I don't think this horse is very good. This was never run a particularly good race to me.
You know, it has turned out, I believe, that he's probably running against a little bit better, and it ran a little bit better
Really?
against his last two. Yeah, I mean, Noble
Really?
Emotion ran well the other day. I think Freewheeler's okay. I mean, I'm not overwhelmed
I'm not
by
a
this
fan of
bunch.
this race. I'm not
I
a
know
fan.
you're not. I know you're
Christophe
not.
Clement, for what it's worth, not very good numbers, Christophe. Christophe, wear something nice for that photo. I think Anthony's going to take the blacklight photo today for you and Joel.
Not today. I got to go home and do radio.
Maybe get an artist rendering, up in Saratoga. It's a plan. This horse can win. This isn't like a pick. I picked the horse for it. The horse can win. It's one of the horses can win. I know this horse would take money, and I don't think this horse is as good or necessarily better than a number of horses in here, including the one we'll look at here, Scuttlebuzz.
He's just a good turf sprinter, isn't he?
This horse's last race, and you liked him last time, and 3 Outlaws came back with a very good second in his subsequent start. This was about as crawling a pace as you will ever see. And by the way, I saw his pace and I went, oh, this is one of those inner turf 6 furlong races that the times are wrong. They couldn't have really come home in 22. No, they did.
They flew home.
They did. And this horse was running. And this is just, to me, an absolute pure turf sprinter. And
Turf sprints have been sensational.
I just think this horse is just the best horse in this race.
Yep. I want 1s and 4s.
And he's supposed to get some pace to run at today. It's supposed to be a different scenario. Well, there's others to look at, so hold your horses there, big
That's fine.
boy. What about Chocolat, first time in the turf? The Dam was a good turf horse. She's produced garbage on the turf. I shouldn't garbage. Not good turf horses. Sorry about
Her
that.
horses, the turf production has
Turf
been
production
awful.
has been bad.
Yeah, it's been
but,
awful.
And I do feel a little like Mott's giving up. The horse ran well and slop, but, I wouldn't discount this horse completely.
She's got to deal. She's got to deal with looking for. He's got to deal with looking for trouble. He's got to deal with Wild William. He's probably faster.
Associatori isn't slow either.
Associatori, Big Wonder.
Wild William, the race that will show here.
I can't believe you don't like Big Wonder in here a little bit.
Wild William, I was going to pick him. This is the race 2 back. Now, it's important to note the other speed got completely left.
Completely
in this
left.
race, right? But no disrespect to Jimmy Bond. It's a trainer change to Kelly Breen. Interesting trainer change. The problem with Wild William is he's never won a race without the lead.
Without the lead.
And it's hard to imagine between Chocolat, Associatori, we'll get to, and Looking for Trouble, that this is going to be an easy pace. Maybe it will be, and I don't want to completely leave this horse out. What about Associatori? I know this horse the last time was the time horse, but maybe the light just went off. I know this horse ran down Montauk Daddy, and this is much tougher. But
And this horse got a good trip, right? He saved the
yeah,
ground.
but this
and
horse
he just came up
ran.
and so he did.
And
he
he's
did.
improving. I mean, I don't want to just completely dismiss this horse.
And if he can work out the same trip behind someone at another speed in here, he's going to get himself in a really nice spot.
There
a really
is
nice
a
spot.
horse that is a very big price in here that you need to throw into your multis.
Okay.
And that's Halpern.
Obviously. You have him second.
Yeah, I had kind of missed this horse first, and I saw that my friend Mike Beer picked this horse, and I went, oh, Mike's gone off the deep end. And then I went, wait a
He
second.
got involved in the crazy pace in the Step Dancer race.
Right. This is the horse that beat me when I bet what's my category at Acca the Slop, and I said how much I loved this horse in the turf that day in the sprint.
Oh,
And I can't believe the horse came back. And
This is the horse that came up.
this horse was involved in a brutal, brutal pace in the Step Dancer race that absolutely incinerated going along in his debut. And I've been waiting for this horse to get back on the turf. Now, this is not an easy spot, and I considered putting him on top. Mike picked him. I didn't want to totally piggyback him in there. Use this horse. This is not an easy spot, but this is a horse that's a little bit interesting. You know? I know he looks ridiculous, but he's not a dirt horse.
No.
And his turf race is significantly better than it looks. And he could be interesting as a turf sprinter. Just a horse to throw in at a price.
Yeah, I think he'll be a good price.
All right. Race number 9.
La Finale.
What I want to do in race number 9, by the way, I had liked the 12, and he scratched. You know something, Anth? I'm going to just start out. I don't like Brazilianaire. I don't think he's very good. He can win. I've got him third. I don't think he's very good.
He ran, to me, he ran so well last time
He did?
sprinting. You know what, maybe I think he ran much better than I thought he would, and maybe that is getting me, maybe it's confusing me a little bit.
Okay.
I also had, I emailed 5 picks in, Andy emails 5. 3 of them scratched. So I'm left with 10s and 6s of my original 5.
if you had looked at Sunday's card, Anthony, you would have known that horses were coming out of this race, like the 12, who I love.
Well, I did this on
Wednesday. I'm just pointing it out.
Yeah,
you didn't do it on Wednesday.
I did this
you
Wednesday.
Did. You actually,
yeah,
your
I did
picks were
this
up
on
pretty early.
Wednesday.
Yeah,
so-
but you would have seen last night. I'm saying you.
Right.
I
Yeah, they
saw
were
last
up, right. I
night that
didn't
they were
change
coming
them.
out.
Yeah.
Yesterday afternoon, I saw.
Yeah. So, But I mean, I thought he ran
He's okay.
so much
But
better
he's
than I
going to
thought
be
he
short
would.
in here, and I'm just not particularly thrilled with this horse. He can win. I don't disagree. Look, I've got him third. I feel like there's more interesting horses in this race. Now, one horse I think to talk about is Translate. I know it's a filly running against the boys, and you know that I yelled at you last time for liking the horse. However, it's not your fault what happened.
No.
She should never have been 1-2
It's over right
last
away.
time. This was a severe stumble. We'll show you the horse dropping back at the break, and we'll also show you the head-on. This horse lost all chance. She is good enough to win this race. She's also speed in here. She's the number 8. I mean, this is one of those down to your face.
Yeah, face hits the
lost all
ground,
chance. The problem I have with her is she doesn't win. She's a money burner.
And there's
But
nothing to argue that, but with
She can win.
with the way this is supposed to shake out,
She can
now
go
the
back
blinkers
to
go on. She's
two
supposed to be
handsome guys up here.
She's supposed to be
First race.
on or very close to the lead. I
How
don't
long do
know.
you think
If,
we should run this?
I don't know if the intent is with. I mean, I would imagine the intent with
I'm a
Ballydooley.
little worried that something happened in the truck. Everybody okay?
I'm assuming that Ballydooley is going to just be ridden for his speed again, like he was last time when he got the money. Maybe Conformist going to the dirt, to the
Fair.
turf.
Yeah, that's all that is fair. I don't think Brazilian Air's going to be that far.
I don't either.
I like Made My Day. I know you're on your Michael Stidham thing. We'll take a look at Made My Day beating a Chad Brown horse in his return in October 1st. And I'm going to tell you something. This horse kept significantly better company than horses in here, and I just think he might be better than these horses.
You know what bothered me the
What
most?
bothers you
And
the most?
I know, and it doesn't bother you. They ran this horse 1.25 miles and a couple of mile races. Nobody's ever sprinted
talking
this
about?
horse. This horse has never sprinted.
Okay, the horse ran a mile last time.
I know.
I like that. I like
Oh,
their cutback.
okay.
I like the cutback.
All right.
That works.
Okay.
I just thought this was a very logical horse. He ran well that day. You could see he ran well that day off a layoff. He comes off a layoff here. I like Made My Day.
Did you say I'm on my Michael Stidham kick? Yeah, you're right. It's a little bit of a kick.
yeah.
You're not wrong.
Poor Michael Stidham. Anthony's picking on him.
I'm sure he's losing sleep
I
over it.
hope he's looking at your hair. He's looking at your hair. He's
I
getting
can't
you
even get over to Rubens the next couple of days. I got to wait till Monday.
You might want to just shave it all off.
I got the Clippers home.
You know,
I got the Clippers
Anthony
home.
gave me my first pandemic haircut,
I did.
and that was a lifesaver. It was my first haircut in like 4 months.
Most important about that, we raised $3,000 for the BCCA and for
Well,
the
you
TRF.
and Tom Morley also gave a
Yeah,
haircut.
3 of us. Well, you were there too.
Yeah.
People gave. Listen, people were
We
very
didn't
happy
raise
that
the
I was
money.
going to exact some revenge on your head.
People, but let me tell you, there's nothing you can do to this thing that's
That's what I
really
tried to
matters
tell
at that
everybody.
point.
It
And
was
we
going to be
didn't
an
raise the money.
improvement.
The money was raised by generous people who gave their money to the help with the retirement of thoroughbreds. Something
I had my
that,
mohawk. I took my mohawk. I had the
hopefully everybody
mohawk memories came on Facebook the other day. You only saw me with my own mohawk the day we did the haircuts here on the 3rd floor.
It's been a pleasure.
It has been. Thank you for cheering me up a little bit. I was very aggravated when I
job.
got up here. Claude tried to cheer me up, and then you finished the job. Claude's the best.
Well, after Francisco's
Well,
beard with
Francisco tried to
Claude,
attack Claude, and Francisco doesn't realize that you don't mess with the
he's
full
in the
horseman.
doghouse. Yeah, he's going to have to work his way out. You can work your way out of the doghouse by signing up for Naira Bets. Once you do this, we're all good friends. You
There
get
he
a
is.
You get a special card. You know, you get your Naira Bets card. We'll match for $200 of your initial deposit. Do it. Don't do it for us. Do it for Performer. Bring Performer back. Promo code is match200. We will match up to $200 of your initial deposit. Play through Naira Bets. Keep the money in the game. Belmont Saturday contest, by the way, $300 buy-in.
Boom.
There you go. You've got now, by the way, less time. Now you've got 4 hours and 45 minutes.
44.
44 minutes. No, 45. The clock's a minute ahead.
I got 45 on here.
Your phone doesn't know how to keep it. 12:30 to 5. The
There it
last
is.
race will be on the Naira YouTube page.
It goes over
Last race.
5:12, I believe.
Post time 5:12.
And then, of course, tonight, after you watch, 6 o'clock, the Weekend Stakes preview presented by Naira Bets. Bobby Newman and I have 12 weekend stakes. We have the Kubakoy's Joy and the Spectacular Bid, New York Stallion Series races here
Two
tomorrow.
Joys before your time?
I was like 7 or 8 years old. That was Bob Perez.
Yeah. She was on
And,
the Mother Goose and Acorn.
And then my boys running Sunday, Raging Bull in the poker. Looking forward to seeing the bull in the poker. We'll have those 3,
Your boy.
9
you and Jay
others.
Kamada.
You know I love Raging Bull. 3 from Woodbine.
He
They're
looks
open
like
back
he
up.
has a pretty good chance in that race.
Yeah, he does. We have a fun cross-country pick 5 that we'll talk
do?
about tomorrow.
All right.
But we'll have we'll have 12 stakes for you tonight. 6 to 7, Sirius 219, XM 201. You can stream it live at horseracingradio.net.
There you have it. One-stop shopping, two-stop shopping.
Boom.
We're done.
See you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow.
John Embrial will be up shortly with a reprise of the Scratches and Changes.
He is the man.
We hope you have a wonderful day.